Yes, so my people, today we don't come again. We want to discuss something very important, and this one now about Bola Tinubu, the APC presidential candidate for 2023 election when go happen for Nigeria. So very nice interview, very nice one from APC here, but I get concerns when I want to talk about, and I don't know whether I see they share the same concerns when we say at the share at the moment. Now, the APC presidential candidate for the presidential election when go come out 2023 for Nigeria come attend Chatham House where they for do some questioning and answering early today. So many Nigerians did there, concerned people did there when you ask questions, and the presidential candidate supposed answer those questions, and that was why they get that coverage today. So wetin come even burst my head be say this na my personal opinion, abeg una not take am wrong. You still get all your rights to contribute your own, and the way one just think am now till it put am for ground, so you fit still put your comments under. May we see whether we dey align interest or we get area when we need to really shaping up. So as I dey yarn, make I go straight to the issues. So now they ask him some specific questions towards the end of the interview session, and those questions were very direct. Those questions were, how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that? And some of the four questions when they asked last, the first one is, how are you going to unify Nigeria? So it's a personal question, you. The second one is, how are you going to ensure the health sector with regards to health policies when supposed they're in place to ensure say the health sector they okay. The other ones they ask how are you going to clear the air with regards to speculations and issues about yourself. Some of the issues now with regards to his health, some of the issues now with regards to his education saga when they for the media space. All this why. The fourth question now they ask him about the UK and Nigeria bilateral defense partnership. How he want take run UK-Niger bilateral defense partnership to ensure say they strengthen security and defense within Niger, and how we go fit take rub body together to see say everything they go well for Niger. So now question number 2, when they ask him about health, when Bola Tinubu go take answer, he come to say he want make the APC women leader answer that question, and that question requires a first person feedback, a first person's reply, which means I will, myself and my team will, I shall, or we will ensure, or I will ensure. That kind of feedback now we want. How you want to push this kind of question, give the APC woman leader, make she answer. Now she won't be president. How she take know how to answer this kind of question when we say this na your personal intention? Let's assume say you as a party, APC as a party self agree say, okay, this one know this one, that one know that one, or this one study health, or this one study accounting, or this study about security, so they will get the question. But the issue was, how are you? That was what the audience asked, and I wonder why the audience not insist to ask the man to answer them how he wanted one. That was the question. Secondly, Bola Tinubu can nominate the women leader to answer that question finish. Now he comes to say the Speaker of House of Rep is to contribute on the second question, which is related to health. Now when the Speaker they go give a mic make it talk now, he can they ask say which question una ask again. Now the moderator for the interview session and the panel now come to say question number 4, which is related to UK-Nigeria bilateral defense partnership. So now I just wonder, the speaker, he just did it like the Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not a president yet, but he is now appointing who will speak with relations to say party affiliations. No problem, but as a Speaker of House of Rep, how una see am people? How una see that kind matter? That kind of capping makes sense from person when he say he won't be presidential candidate. That kind of capping switch on for belle say he not fit answer the questions, abi in dey run away from the questions, abi wetin dey sup? Wetin dey really dey sup here, guys? Now wetin I just dey reason. So I say make I bring am for una table, make una shake am well whether the thing enter. If e enter, no shaking o, I go still buy the idea, but for my own personal opinion, the way I dey see am now, the thing not to enter. e not too enter for now. So make una just hear the thing and make una see wetin I dey talk about here.
Thank you very much. So you have 4 questions there, which were, how are you going to unify Nigeria after elections? That's the final one. Health. What are your health policies for Nigeria if you become president? The other one was the lady, I forget your name. Priscilla asked about, are you going to do one-to-ones? And also there's speculation about a number of issues around yourself. I guess I've read on the internet about health and various things. People are asking questions. And then there was the final question about that the UK-Nigeria defense partnership doesn't seem to have delivered. What would you like to see? A bilateral defense arrangement with the United Kingdom? How could it help Nigeria? Those were the questions.
Okay. I would still want to adopt some of the methods I did to show the team and the capacity that we have. The woman leader for APC can answer the question on the health, I believe. That personal question, I will leave it to the last contribution.
Okay, so should get answered last of all.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
And
Go ahead, please, on health. Let's move ahead.
And then we'll call on the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Bajabi Amila, to contribute on this, on the second question.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to very clearly state that the Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's administration, when voted into power, is really very specific on achieving universal health coverage through certain indices, which we will be working at as a government. His Excellency has clearly stated that first, we need to fix the health system of Nigeria and improve on what is there already, providing the right environment in terms of the pay, in terms of the engagement, in terms of training of health workers, improving of the facilities, that's the infrastructure that we need to give Nigeria quality healthcare services. More importantly is the fact that we want to move into a system where we can make our primary healthcare more functional. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is also concerned in providing access for healthcare to everyone. He's going to do this by ensuring that he provides free healthcare for pregnant women and children under 5, and ensure that everyone has a mandatory contribution to our health insurance scheme. Beyond this, Nigeria has been more dependent on importing drugs from outside the country, vaccines from outside the country. He is going to also go into health manufacturing, where we'll produce the essential medicines that Nigerians can consume. But most importantly is the fact that he would look into the issue of brain drain and turn it around to become brain gain for Nigeria. All of us seated here, we have many doctors, many experts outside Nigeria, and that's why he's here today in the diaspora to interact with you. He would attract all of this brain down into specialist hospitals that will be built across the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. That way, we can give quality healthcare to Nigerians and equally prepare for the next pandemic if it ever happens. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And then we had the speaker. Where is he? There he is.
You wanted to pronounce your name right. Go ahead.
Kabaja Mayala.
Just call me Baja, that's fine. What was the question, please?
The defense pact.
Oh, the defense pact with Nigeria.
Yeah.
Well, let me very quickly say this. Defense pacts are many. There's bilateral and there's multilateral. And it's not just the UK that has signed the defense pact to Nigeria, with Nigeria. I'm not sure what indices or the measurements that were used to say it has proven nothing. If that defense pact was signed in 2018, we're now in 2022. I think it will take the most ingenious person to say that there has not been a trajectory or change between what we had in 2018 in terms of flags being hoisted in the various local governments and what we have now. I think more important in terms of defense pacts, it's a defense pact with the United States and other countries, apart from the UK as well. So I call it a multilateral defense pact. We have the Leahy Act in America, which we need to look into, which actually deprives Nigeria and some other countries of utilizing armaments that are manufactured in the United States. And this is based on human rights records. But you cannot on one hand condemn terrorism, and on the other hand make it difficult for Nigeria to get arms from those countries. It's a no-brainer. And that's what we're going to be going around in circles. So we're looking towards, and Asiwaju will be looking towards, and this is a matter that is dear to his heart, because without security, security is the bedrock. You can't actually build something on nothing. You have to secure the country first. So that's an area that this administration is looking at very, very seriously. And in terms of all the arms of government, defense sectors, communicating with themselves as opposed to acting in silos is one area that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed is looking forward to in his administration. And I just want to use this opportunity to say this. There's going to be a lot of intersection between all the candidates and their programs and their manifestos. And you're left with only one thing. When everybody's addressing the same thing and more or less saying the same thing, obviously following the lead of Asiwaju, you're left with one thing. And that's what happens all over the world. A candidate runs on his records. So we are left with a track record of all the candidates that are running. And somebody's track record is there for all to see. It's there. Some people may not want to hear about Lagos, but it is what it is. He's done it for 8 years. He continues to do it in Lagos and everywhere else that he touches. So that is all we can depend on. Not speculation, I will do. You have before you a thinker and a doer. You have his records before you. Unless, of course, a candidate does not have a record to run on, or his record is not good, then you begin to character assassinate, begin to speak to personalities that are neither here nor there and obviously not true, and you avoid and run away from the issues. Let's make it about the issues. Thank you.
And finally, you do have the question from Priscilla at the back there.
Priscilla, thank you very much for the question. It's inquisitive. But at the time of birth, I was dated March 29, 1952. And the family record. I didn't think then, that day, I've determined to be or decided to be a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not even that I will go to politics. I have a very good exposure in life. My record is consistent. And the school and the university, they question. They now convinced that they wasted their money and their time. The record is there. The transcript is there. So in March 1952, I'm not claiming another father. I am Tinubu and Tinubu proper. If they want a DNA, they could as well require for one. One of them has been even accused of not being a Nigerian citizen. I didn't touch that area. Yes. Equally, it remains the same. Deloitte, Chicago State University, where I graduated, has attested to that. Now I can announce that I've received my original replacement degree certificate from them. The Deloitte trained me as an accounting firm. Mobile has attested to my record, a standing record. I got to the pinnacle of my career. And the private sector, who among them can brag about it? Yes, you want to wrestle with the pig, you got to live with the dirt. That's what I'm doing. I go into politics, knowing fully well that it's a muddy water. Smog will come. You will have to live with the dirt and make sure you are upright to finish the job. Thank you. Any part of it that I didn't answer? That
one-to-one conversations.
one-to-one conversation.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Hey, be quiet.
Why? I see myself as a marketable individual. Want to use me to make money, and I'm saying no.
All right.